This is Wednesday, the 31st of October 2018 in the Irish National Kildare, and it's Halloween, folks, and enjoy your day. I'm at Vincent Beard's side of the paddocks. He's eating the fence. He's eating the fence here. And the sun is, it's opposite of it. They both do it. They're both at it. Can you get the two of them at the same time?
Yeah.
They're both at it. They're facing each other. They're facing each other. Father and son are facing each other. And they're both eating the fence. Yeah, but fantastic. I'm glad to see that they're both together again, because the principal for a time was moved to the paddock opposite the stables for a while, and then Decoration Night was moved into principal's paddock, and his name up and his name and his poster were up and everything out of principal's paddock. Decoration Night's name and the poster were up in Mrs. Beard's paddock, and the Vince's poster was moved over to the paddock opposite the stables. And I thought it was going to be a permanent place, a permanent move. But thankfully, thank God, this was back in his home, back to where he belongs, and back beside his son. Father and son next door to each other again, which I'm glad to see. That's the way it should be. Father and son next door to each other. And I hope it stays like that now, and hopefully also for next year too. And so. Now, when the place closes, the horses will be doing the normal routine. The horses will still do their normal routine. They'll still go out in the fields and do their normal grazing and go into the stables in the evening. They'll still do their normal routine as they would normally do when the place is open. But they'll be different staff. They won't have the main staff that come that we know. They'll have different staff take over, and they'll take over the duties and look after the horses. And then they'd have security around the clock all night, 24/7, all around the clock, to keep an eye on the horses, make sure they have enough food and drink. They check on them on the hour, make sure that they're okay and everything else, and that they're fed and they've got food and stuff, and they make sure that they're okay and they're settled and they're calm and stuff like that. And so different staff will take over the duties when the other staff go off on their holidays. So it's closed from the Sunday the 4th of November, and it doesn't reopen until the 11th of February next year for the new season. So we'll be away from here for 3 months. So Sunday's the last day of shooting, folks, and it's going to be a long day of shooting, because we're going to be here for the full day. We're going to have breakfast here. So it's going to be a lot of footage for you on Sunday. A lot of footage for your pleasure. A lot of entertainment for your pleasure. A lot of great long days of going to be plenty of viewing for your good pleasure and for your what was I trying to say?
Plenty of viewing for your pleasure.
For your pleasure, and because it's going to be a long day, because we're going to be here for the morning onwards. So it will be great plenty of viewing there for your pleasure, and I hope you enjoy as well. It's going to be there for the morning. We'll be here for the morning, because we're going to be here for the breakfast, because it's the last day. We did it last year as well, and we do it every year. We could do it every year for breakfast the last day. But yeah, I'm going to be very sad when the place closes as well, and I'm going to miss all these beautiful animals. But my year didn't end so well. It didn't work that, but it was something I wasn't hoping it would happen. But that's what they say. That's all they care about is business. That's all they care about is the money. But however, I don't seem to realise that these horses mean to me. Apparently the staff don't see that kind of side of it, like the relationship I have, or the bond I have with these animals. They don't seem to understand the fact that these horses are nothing, horses are not just horses to me, they're also my friends. They're not just creatures to me, they're my friends as well. So the staff don't seem to understand that kind of point of view of it, the kind of side of it. They obviously don't understand what it means to have a kind of a connection to an animal. And I had a really strong connection with them more tight. So I did. So all I have now is video memories and photographs of him. So I'm going to be emailing some photographs of me and Mortat to the stud in France, to the daughter named Catherine. We're going to be in regular contact, keep in contact so to catch up on his progress and how he's getting on and stuff. But it's the only, because it's the only way that I feel close to him is by email and correspondence and stuff like that. So it's the only way I feel close to him by email. So, because I can't, fortunately, not be able to go and see him. If only they would send him to a stud in Ireland, it would make it a lot easier for me. I can book an appointment to go visit him like I do with Famous, like I am with Famous Name. I'll be going to visit Famous Name on Sunday week. We're going to make an appointment this Sunday week to go visit Famous Name in Anglo. So I'll be looking forward to that. I haven't seen him now for a year now. Well, it'll be over a year now next week. It'll be a year on the 5th of it'll be a year Monday. It'll be a year next Monday since I saw Famous Name. It'll be a year next Monday since I saw Famous Name, because the 5th of November, it closed the 5th of Cameras hours.
It's on, yeah.
Sideways.
It's on.
Yeah, the place closed at the 5th of November last year. So it'll be next Monday's the 5th of November. So it'll be next Monday that it'll be next Monday exactly that I know for Famous Name a year. We'll put the camera on to me. We know it'll be a year exactly. It'll be next Monday exactly that I know Famous Name a year. Because last year he left here 5th of November last year, which was I think it was also a Sunday. That was the last day I was with them. And thankfully they waited till the last day till Famous Name to go. They let me spend time with them until they waited until the closing before they sent Famous Name off. But for this year though, they sent Wartad off in the beginning, in the 22nd of October, and the season was not even over yet. That's kind of disappointed in the fact that they think they could have waited till the season was over. You know, it wasn't. There's not that. It isn't that much left to go. Like, you know, it doesn't that much left to go. I think they could have waited till the end of the season. Give me time. Give me some more time with them. You know, give me time to say goodbye. You know, I didn't get that much chance. The last time I saw Wartad was the 6th of October. That's the last date I was with Wartad, and if we hadn't had that mishap with the camera and all that, I would have had more time with them. You know, we were away for 3 weeks and we didn't get back. As I said earlier, I made that mistake with the date. We were back on the 25th of October, not the 24th. If we had got back about 3 weeks ago, I would have had more time with them. I would have had a chance to say goodbye. But unfortunately, the camera let us down. But we had the receipt, and I don't understand why your man couldn't give us a replacement camera. It would have been handy if he given us a replacement camera. It would have meant I could have got a chance to say goodbye to him. But I knew months in advance that he was going anyway. I had a feeling in my gut that he was going to go. I could feel it in my gut that he was going to go. I looked in his stall on the day we came back, and there was no straw. And I knew instantly, and I saw no straw, I knew that he's gone. That's it, he's gone. And instantly, I didn't need to try and we were going to check the paddocks, and I knew it. It was kind of pointless checking the paddocks. We checked the paddocks anyway, but it's kind of, I said to Liam, it's kind of pointless because he's gone anyway. So we did check it anyway, but it's kind of pointless checking it because he's gone anyway. But we checked anyway. And Liam thought he saw Wartad, but we looked up in town twice, I think, and then I looked in Wartad's paddock and there was no horse. And then I looked at the side of it, his plaque was gone, his poster was gone, and his name was gone. There was no horse in it. All I saw was Dragon and Palabasini. So he's gone. And then this cleaner told us that he was gone to a private stud in France. So he was sold off to France. So, right. Gutted. If only they could have sent him to a stud somewhere in Ireland, it would have been great. You know, I would have been able to make an appointment to go and visit him like I do with Famous Name. And I'm looking forward to seeing Famous Name because I haven't seen it for a year now, so it's been a long time. So I'm hoping Famous Name recognises me. It's been such a long time since I've seen his Famous Name, so at least that's something to look forward to, something to focus on, I suppose. His Famous Name is a stallion that was here last year, unfortunately, and he was in that paddock there where National is. This paddock here where National is, that was Famous Name's old paddock. Now National's in it now. That's where Famous Name used to be. He used to be Invincible's neighbour. Fortunately, I didn't get to know Famous Name that long. I didn't get a chance to get to know him well enough. I only knew him for 9 months. 9 months, and then he was gone. So it was kind of a very short relationship. I was only starting to get to know him. So I was only starting to get close to him, and then suddenly he was taken away from us. It was very hard to say goodbye. I was very fond of that horse, and he had this famous nodding trick that he used to do underneath the door in the back of the stable, underneath the door flap, underneath the door. He used to do this famous nodding trick at the stable. I thought it was quite funny. And these were quite cheeky. He used to do these little cheeky antics. He used to show his bum in the stable as well. He's a quite funny horse. He had these funny behaviours, and he had a real personality, just like Wartat had. You know, kind of funny personality. He had personality of his own, just like Wartat had. You know, with the nodding his head and stuff like that. And, you know, so I'm going to miss all that. I'm going to miss all the comedy with Wartat, the fun, and do the chow and do the famous catchphrase. And Liam actually loved that catchphrase he used to do with Wartat, and the stallion. I can't do that anymore now, so I'm gutted. So I'm devastated. That's the only word I can. That's the word I can think of. It's just devastated that he's gone. Devastated. That's the word. So it's strange now. And Dragon's in Wartat's paddock now. So speaking of Wartat, Dragon, Gael Force, I'll go and say hello to him now.